Lights are out, green flag will fly, this time coming off a turn at number 4. Just like that, the CK Nationals in 2021 is underway here in Bakersfield, California. Ethan Dotson taking a peek down to the bottom side early, coming off a turn number 2. He'll be side by side with the 11 of Cody Johnson as they go into turns 3 and 4. Coming off a turn number 4, Ethan Dotson's going to leave him lap number 1. Then you'll pick up the 11 of Cody Johnson and the 27X of the Hitman Kyle Heckman. 3 wide coming off a turn number 2 out the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Heckman, the man in the middle of Chad Johnson and Cody Johnson. Throw a blanket over your top 4. Make it your top 5 as Ethan Dotson starting to stretch his lead by 4 cars down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. All the way to the top of the hill for Ethan Dotson and the Golden Empire towing Stevenson suspension 174. As he backs it into turns 1 and 2 down the back straightaway, he goes side by side for second. Heckman, now Heckman gaining some ground on Ethan Dotson as they go into turns 3 and 4. All the way up the hill goes Wayne Dotson, makes some contact with the fence. Able to keep that thing pointed in the right direction. They're running high, they're running low. We got 2 distinct grooves here early at the Bakersfield Speedway. Kyle Heckman trying to use up all the outside. Up in the fence goes the 27X. No harm, no foul for Kyle Heckman as he backs it into turns 1 and 2, drives down the hill, door to door with the 111 of Chad Johnson. Chad Johnson down to the bottom side of 3 and 4. Up to the top goes Kyle Heckman out front. That's the 174 of Ethan Dotson. We got 6 laps down, 2 laps remaining. Ethan Dotson now catfishing turns 1 and 2, keeping the left side in the moisture. 3 wide through the field. Look at that battle going on between Wayne Dotson, Justin Schweitzer, and Dakota Schweitzer. White flag will fly one more time around for the 174. Ethan Dotson, nice and smooth, down around the bottom of turns 1 and 2. Kyle Heckman up high, and we've got Chad Johnson through the middle. It's a very racy racetrack early for night number 1 of the California Nationals, the CK Nationals. Checkered flag will fly. Ethan Dotson picking up the win over the 27X of the Hitman Kyle Heckman. Chad Johnson and Nicholas Johnson rounding out your top 4. So what a heat race right there for the IMCA stock cars. Give it up for Ethan Dotson picking up the heat race win. Heat race number 1 underway. We got Cody Laney out front down to the bottom side. Colin Weinbarger on the outside of row number 1. Weinbarger leads him down the back straight into 3 and 4. Cody Laney, Colin Weinbarger, Brad Pounds, Austin Kiefer, Ricky Childress Jr., Tom Smith, Cody Burke, and Alyssa Smith for heat race number 1 of 3. Side by side for the lead over there in turns 1 and 2. Laney down on the bottom side, Weinbarger up on the top. Laney nice and smooth coming off of turn number 2. They're side by side at the stripe once again. Give it to Weinbarger. Weinbarger, Laney. Brad Pounds in the 15B is currently sitting 3rd. It's passing points. Ricky Childress Jr. on the inside. Down over there in 3 and 4. Still calling Weinbarger by a nose as he goes down side by side with Laney down the back straightaway. Laney still lifting that left front all the way down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Caution flag will fly. We've got problems for the 3AC of Austin Kiefer. Green flag is in there. Heat race number 1 for the IMCA Modifieds underway once again. Cody Laney down to the bottom side. Will he make it stick coming off of turn number 2? He will. Laney clears the C9 of Weinbarger as they go into 3 and 4. Slide job from Cody Laney. He's going to make it stick coming off of 4. We've got a new leader. Laney down to the bottom side once again in turns 1 and 2. Oh, Ricky Childress Jr. all over the backside of Brad Pounds. Making contact. Now here comes the 31T of Tom Smith. 3 wide into turns 3 and 4. Ricky Childress Jr. through the middle. Hit the nine stick from our flagman. Childress a little bit tight, goes up the hill in turns 1 and 2, gives the spot back to Brad Pounds, but out front it is Cody Laney. Cody Laney, the triple deuce. White flag will fly one more time around for Cody. Laney, Weinbarger, Pounds, Childress, and Tom Smith. That's your top 5. Cody Burke and Alyssa Smith rounding out the field. Checkered flag will fly coming off of turn number 4. Give it up. Cody Laney picking up the win. Side by side for third. Give it to Ricky Childress Jr. right at the stripe. So Cody Laney from Torrance, California picking up the win. Give it up for Cody Laney. Colin Weinbarger second, and by a nose, Ricky Childress Jr. in the 16 RCJ picking up third. Coming up next is our third and final. Excuse me, our second. This is our second heat race. Lineup will look like this. On the inside of row number 1, the Hitman Kyle Heckman in the Bill Henderson Racing 111X. On his outside, from Santa Maria, California, the 7C of Clint Rickenback. Inside row number 3, the A1 Spring and Supply number 13 of Jerry Flippo. And on his outside, the Rebel Rouser, Robbie Sawyer. Inside row number 3 in the 91, it's Michael Scruggs from Porterville, California. On his outside, from Camarillo, California, it's Trevor Fitz in the 28. And rounding out your field in the 51B, it's Brian Clark. And on his outside, from Palmdale, California, the 61X, of Dylan Buxton. Dylan Buxton in the 61X. Lights are out, green flag will fly once again coming off of turn number 4. IMCA heat race number 2, green flag is in the air. Flippo taking a peek to the inside, trying to make it 3 wide in turns 1 and 2, but it looks like it's going to be the 7C, Clint Rickenback. Once again picked up the win on night number 1 of California Speed Weeks right here in Bakersfield, California, looking to back that up with another good run here tonight at night number 1 of the CK Nationals. Around goes the 198 of Robbie Sawyer. He keeps the candle lit. We will stay clean and green. Clint Rickenback, the Rickenback automatic number 7C. He's out front, up on the high side of turns 1 and 2, opening the 111X of Hitman Kyle Heckman with him. Down to the bottom side goes the 13 of Jerry Flippo on the 28 of Trevor Fitzgibbon. Rickenback, Heckman, Flippo, Fitz. And the 51B of Brian Clark. Round out your top 4. We got a bobble from the 7C. Now we got a battle on our hands for the lead. Now here comes Kyle Heckman. Heckman with the slider in turns 1 and 2. The crossover from the 7C of Clint Rickenback. Now they're side by side into turns 3 and 4. Here comes the slider from the 7C of Clint Rickenback. Heckman can't quite get the crossover, but he's all over the tail tank as he goes into turns 1 and 2. Bumper to bumper as they go into 1 and 2, side by side, coming off of turn number 2, down the back straight into 3 and 4. What a battle up front between Kyle Heckman and Clint Rickenback. Rickenback stays to the outside, gets the RPM run. He'll lead lap number 6. 6 laps down, 2 laps remaining. We've got a battle on our hands up front. Who's it going to be? Will it be the 7C of Clint Rickenback, or will it be Kyle Heckman? Heckman deep into turns 3 and 4. Can't quite get the drive. White flag will fly one more time around. Rickenback, Heckman, and Flippo, your top 3. Down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Kyle Heckman sends it off in there, but he's not going to be able to get to the back of the 7C. Clint Rickenback's going to pick up the heat race win. Kyle Heckman second. Third, give it to the 13 of Jerry Flippo. Fourth is going to be Trevor Fitz, Brian Clark, Michael Scruggs, Dylan Buxton, and rounding out the field, the 198 of Robbie Sawyer. That'll do it for heat race number 2. Give it up for Clint Rickenback from Santa Maria, California. Picked up right where we left off with a heat race win. And through the backtrack entrance is our third and final heat race. Your lineup will look like this. Starting on the point, Santa Maria, California, the 38T of Dylan Thornton. On his outside, the 174 of Ethan Dotson. Inside row number 2 in the 07X is Troy Morris III from Bakersfield, California. On his outside, also from Bakersfield, the 10N of the Sandman, Rob Sanders. Inside row number 3 from Napomo, California, the 5W of Larry Wise. On his outside from Roseman, California, the 61 of Dalton Houghton. And our fourth and final row inside from Terabella, California, the 17N of Steve Nolan. And on his outside, the Dave's Fabrication 22D of Ryan Daves. 8 cars going 8 laps. All 8 cars will transfer to the feature. Passing points are the name of the game. So you want to try to get through the field, collect as many passing points as possible, and that's where you're going to start your main event. Top 3 will go to a pill draw to see where they're going to start the feature. So the winner of each heat race will do a pill draw to see where the invert's going to be. Lights are out, green flag will fly. Coming off of turn number 4, Thornton and Dotson. Very fast front row here for heat race number 3. Green flag will fly. Dylan Thornton, Ethan Dotson side by side into turns 1 and 2. Dotson, a big time push coming off of turn number 2, is able to keep it off the fence. Now he's side by side with Thornton going into 3 and 4. 2x2 formation down the front straightaway they go. Dotson up high on the high side. Still a little tight in the center of turns 1 and 2. Still gets the RPM run down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Dotson, Thornton, Rob Sanders, and the 07X of Troy Morris the third. That's your top 4. Here comes Troy Morris now, trying to make the move on the 10 of Rob Sanders as Rob Sanders just sneaks by on the outside into 3 and 4. Here comes the slider from the 07X. The crossover move from Rob Sanders. That's a good battle going on for third. Out front, it is all Ethan Dotson, the Terry Henry's Race Prep 174 machine. Has a 4-car lead over the 38T of Dylan Thornton. Dotson, Thornton, now here comes Rob Sanders to the bottom side now, trying to work the bottom around the top. Oh, we got one up into the fence, the 61 of Dalton Houghton. Dalton Houghton slowed down the back straight. It looks like he's going to make his way off of the racing surface. He is able to clear the track, and we say clean and green. 5 laps down, make it 6 this time by for your leader from Bakersfield, California. Terry Henry's Race Prep on the side of the 174 machine for Ethan Dotson. Now Thornton going the wrong direction. Now around goes Rob Sanders with a big time slider. Crossover from Thornton. White flag will fly one more time around. Ethan Dotson high up into turns 1 and 2. Lead by a straightaway over the 07X of Troy Morris the third. So Troy Morris the third going from P3 up to P2. Ethan Dotson coming off of turn number 4. Checkered flag will fly. He'll pick up heat race number 3. Troy Morris the third will be second. Third going to 38T of Dylan Thornton. Rounding out your top 4. The 10 of the Sandman, Rob Sanders. After Sanders, you pick up the 22D of Ryan Daves, the 5W of Larry Wise, and Steve Nolan, the 17N, rounding out the field. So picking up heat race number 3, Ethan Dotson. 8 cars, 8 laps. Rick Henderson and Tyler Johnson. Green flag will fly, this time coming off of turn number 4, and we go green. Drag racing at turns 1 and 2. Up the hill, up under the fence goes the 24. Caution flag will fly. Nice tight formation over there in turns 3 and 4. Lights are out. The green flag will fly at the cone. And we go green. Much better start this time. Oh, we got problems. Looks like Donnie Mead lost the front end on that machine. So the caution flag will come out once again. We are having some troubles to get the hobby stock heat race underway. Green flag is in the air. We're underway once again. H&S Bodyworks Hobby Stock Division. Tui down to the bottom side and Johnson up on the high side. Here comes Johnny Wood now taking a peek to the inside of the 99T. Tui, good drive off of turn number 4. He'll lead lap number 1. Johnny Wood, if you could, backs it into turns 1 and 2. Skinny's Automotive on the quarter panel of the 35. As he drives off of turn number 2, down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Roberts looking to the inside of Johnson. Almost contact made there. All right in front of the 48X of Austin Manzella. So Manzella pulling double duty here tonight in the hobby stock and the sport mod. So out front, it is all Justin Tui. Super modified driver dropping down into a hobby stock here tonight for night number 1 of the 2021 CK Nationals. Here in Bakersfield, California, we got 3 laps down, 5 laps remaining. The Tui down to the bottom side once again in 3 and 4. Up the hill goes Johnny Wood, trying to find some grip in the 35. Jackie Roberts in the 71. Running third, and then you pick up the 48X of Austin Manzella. And Tyler Johnson rounding out the field in the 24. Can't help but think there might be some bent suspension on the 24 after taking that wild ride up the hill. At the very least, the toe has to be way out in the 24. Nose and tail down the back straightaway, led by the 99T, Justin Tui. Justin Tui, Johnny Wood, Jackie Roberts, the 48X of Austin Manzella, and the 24 of Tyler Johnson rounding out your field. We'll get the white flag this time coming off of turn number 4. The 4 more corners for the 99T of Justin Tui. Tui down to the bottom side in turns 1 and 2. Nice and smooth for the asphalt driver. Coming off of turn number 4, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the 99T, Justin Tui, picking up the win. Johnny Wood in the number 2 spot, Jackie Roberts in the number 3. 4th is going to go to Austin Manzella, and rounding out your top 5, the 24 of Tyler Johnson. Green flag is in the air. Big time contact down the front straightaway. The 26S of Steven Johnson all the way into the backside of Tina Pounds. Eric Simmental with a good jump once again, but not quite as good as he did in the initial start. But he's got good drive over there coming off of turn number 2. He'll lead him down the back straight. They're side by side for second, going into 3 and 4. Merchant through the middle. Wilson down on the bottom side, and Jimmy Irwin on the back of the ADD. Jimmy Irwin slings it into turns 1 and 2. Down the back straight, they go into 3 and 4. It's out front, the 25B of Eric Simmental from Taft, California, leads Dylan Wilson in the ADD. Tyler Merchant 3rd. Jimmy Irwin 4th. Then you pick up the C50 and Nick Kaufman. Three laps in the books, it's still Simmental out front. Dylan Wilson in the ADD still currently 2nd. Merchant in the 06T's 3rd. Jimmy Irwin, the Dead Horse Hauler Whiskey's 2X is 4th. Nick Kaufman, C50, currently running 5th. Halfway there, 4 laps down, 4 laps remaining. No real battles on the track right now. They're freight training around the bottom side of turns 1 and 2. Eric Simmental leads by 3 cars down the back straightaway and pulling more on ADD of Dylan Wilson. Here comes Jimmy Irwin now. He's gaining some ground on the back of the 06T of Taylor Merchant. White flag will fly next time coming off of turn number 4. Best battle on the track is Jimmy Irwin. Still trying to shake the bugs off the 2X. White flag in the air one more time around for the 25B, Eric Simmental, Taft, California resident. Off of turn number 2, down the back straight, he still has 4 cars over the ADD of Dylan Wilson. Dylan Wilson now hard into 3 and 4, seeing if he can get something to stick through the middle. A little too late, checker flag will fly. It's going to go to Eric Simmental. Dylan Wilson in the ADD 2nd, the 06T of Taylor Merchant 3rd. The 2X of Jimmy Irwin 4th, and rounding out your top 5, the C50 of Nick Kaufman. Lights are out, green flag flying this time coming off turn number 4. They got to be side by side at the cone. Green flag is in the air. Now here comes Nicholas Johnson, already took the peek to the inside of turns 1 and 2. 3 wide into 1 and 2, make it 4 wide. What a move. Oh, contact made over in turns 1 and 2. Around goes a C4. Hard on the brakes is Ricky Childress Jr. All that off of the nose of the one in. Green, we stay green. So contact again with the one in the 74. Around goes the 61 into turns number 2. We stay green. So out front, it's Johnny Wood, or that's Kyle Wood, excuse me. Kyle Wood, 3 wide, coming off of turn number 2 for third. A lot of action going on in heat race number 3. Out front, it is Kyle Wood in the 21. Second is going to go to the one in of Nicholas Johnson, battling hard with the 16 of Ricky Childress Jr., who has the 74 of Wayne Dotson hot on his heels. They're side by side into turn number 3 for second. Ricky Childress Jr., what a drive. Evading the 61X of Christian Whitwer. Wayne Dotson all over the backside of the one in of Nicholas Johnson in turns 1 and 2. No harm, no foul. Now can Ricky Childress Jr. run down the 21 of Kyle Wood. Past the halfway point, we got 5 laps down, 3 laps remaining. Down to the bottom side goes Kyle Wood. Up to the top goes Ricky Childress Jr. Wayne Dotson working the bottom side of Nicholas Johnson. Can't quite make that work over there in turns 1 and 2. Ricky Childress so smooth up on the top. Harrison Street Automotive on the side of the 16. For Ricky Childress Jr. up on the high side once again in turns 1 and 2. We got 6 laps down. We'll get the white flag this time coming off of turn number 4. Can he get there? Right now he's got Cornelius in his lineup on the top side. White flag in the air one more time around. Ricky Childress Jr. pulling the slider on the C4. And can he get the drive off of 2 to get to the backside of Kyle Wood? Looks like he may not be able to, but he's going to send it off into turns 3 and 4. Kyle Wood catfishing out the bottom. Checkered flag will fly. Give up the heat race to Kyle Wood. Ricky Childress Jr. coming up 1 short. Finishing second. Third is going to be the one in of Nicholas Johnson. Fourth, the 74 of Wayne Dotson. And you pick up the 18 of Jeff Houghton from Roseman, California. Who's it going to be? We'll find out. 8 laps is the distance. We're 3 wide already into turns 1 and 2. Tyler Bannister down on the bottom side. He roots up the 04 of Austin Manzella. What a move from Tyler Bannister. Started inside road number 2. Now he's already up on the top spot. Oh, big time. Around goes the 83 of Nation. Nation goes around off the bumper of the 17 of Baker. And collects the 0 of Justin Gonzalez as well. So we are having some tough times getting these heat races underway. So the Bannisters have been very strong here in Bakersfield, California, but you can't count out the 04 of Austin Manzella, the 0 of Justin Gonzalez, Michael Black, or the 11B of Brian Baker. The green flag will fly. 2 by 2 up on the high side is the 51 of Jason Bannister. He'll get the RPM run down the back straight into 3 and 4. Manzella down on the bottom. Bannister up high. Tyler Bannister catfishing on the bottom as well with the 11B of Brian Baker. Everyone goes up the hill but the 11B of Baker's. He'll stay down to the bottom side. He'll get side by side with Justin Gonzalez down the back straight into 3 and 4. Jason Bannister, the only one up on top of the hill into turns 3 and 4. He gets a good RPM run once again. Gets good drive in the Victory Circle chassis number 51. Tyler Bannister, just a bit better than the 04 of Manzella on the bottom of turns 1 and 2. He'll get around for second. So right now Bannister was starting outside row 3 up to the point. He's out front. We got 3 laps down, 5 laps remaining for heat race number 1 for the Northern Sport Mod IMCA division. Jason Bannister, Tyler Bannister, the 04 of Austin Manzella, Brian Baker in the 11B Razor chassis, and the 0 of Justin Gonzalez. That is your top 5. Michael Black still all over the backside of the 0 machine of Gonzalez. A slip up from the 11B, around goes the 0. Gonzalez and Baker battling back and forth. Gonzalez right through the middle of the racetrack. Manzella down on catfishing off the bottom. Gonzalez taking a peek to the outside, another 3 wide for third over there in turn number 2. Throw a blanket over 3rd, 4th, and 5th. But out front, it is all the 51 of Jason Bannister. He leads by just under a straightaway over his son, Tyler Bannister, Big Dad, in the 151. The best race on the track is for that third spot. Baker, Manzella, and Justin Gonzalez. Gonzalez gets a good run down to the back straightaway. They're 3 wide into turns 3 and 4. Michael Black taking a peek to the outside, might try to make it 4 wide. As we got one more lap remaining. A little bit of contact made over there down the front straightaway with the 04 Manzella and the 11B of Baker. Checkered flag flying, this time coming off a turn number 4. Big Dad trying to take a peek at his dad, but can't quite get there. It's going to be Jason Bannister with the win. Jason Bannister, Tyler Bannister, Justin Gonzalez, Michael Black sneaks that 4th position away from the 11B of Brian Baker. Rounding out the field, the 04M of Austin Manzella. So what a battle. Levi Kiefer, a veteran of the game, dropping back into a race car in 2021 for Dotson Racing. And green flag is in the air. Spadenhauer's down on the bottom side. It is going to be Kiefer around the outside, down the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4. Kiefer, Spadenhauer. Now here comes Pearson taking the big to the bottom. They're 3 wide. Coming off of turn number 4 at the stripe, it's going to be Kiefer. Kiefer, Spadenhauer, Pearson. Yeah, there's your top 3. Here comes the 15F now. Marcus Frazier up in the mix. Frazier and Simpkins back there battling for 5th as we got one trying to go around the 77W of Mike Wells. He's able to hold on to it. Out front, no surprise here, we got Levi Kiefer. Out front in the Ethan Dotson Racing 74 machine, ripping the lip coming off of turn number 4. Kiefer, Spadenhauer, now they're side by side for 2nd. That's Billy Simpkins trying the bottom side, trying to get underneath the 21P of Pearson. Up in the fence goes the 15F of Frazier, and that's going to bring out a caution. Marcus Frazier bringing out the caution on lap number 4. The driver from Santa Maria, California, up there running the cushion and just ran out of real estate. Green flag's in the air, we're underway with heat race number 2. Kiefer's out front, we got 5 laps down, 3 laps remaining. Pearson down on the bottom side of turns 1 and 2, trying to get underneath Nick Spadenhauer. Can't quite get there. Eli Kiefer getting it done, ripping the lip over there in turns 3 and 4, coming off of turn number 4. Good drive for Ethan Dotson Racing, number 74 of Levi Kiefer. 6 laps down, 2 laps remaining. Terry Henry race prep driver of Nick Spadenhauer over there, ripping the lip in turns 1 and 2. Up into the fence he goes, but he's able to keep it going. They're running out of real estate up there in the turns 3 and 4. White flag will fly one more time around. Levi Kiefer. Good battle for 3rd back here between David Pearson and Billy Simpkins. Simpkins looks like he's going to take a peek underneath, coming down the back straightaway. Pearson take that line away as he goes into 3 and 4. Coming to the stripe, it's going to be Levi Kiefer taking the win over Nick Spadenhauer. Here's that battle for 3rd. It's going to go to David Pearson over Billy Simpkins. Then you get Joe Baker in the 29, Matt Mayo in the 13M, and the 77W of Mike Wells. Austin Pugh and Tyler Blankenship, green flag is in the air. We're underway with heat race number 3 for the Northern IMCA Sport Mods. Side by side for the lead as they go into turns 1 and 2. Blankenship on the high side. Austin Pugh, he does the slider. Here comes the crossover. Blankenship's going to lead lap number 1. Tyler Blankenship to the point. Then you pick up the 18A of Austin Pugh. Third's going to be the 30 of Dylan Potter. He's battling side by side with Crawford. Crawford with a great move down to the inside of Potter, down in 3 and 4. So Brock Crawford looking for more. Look at Brock Crawford go. Started inside of row number 3, now already up in the number 2 spot. Here comes Daniel West now with a big head of steam as they come off of turn number 2. Has to get hard on the binders to stay out of the 18A. Around goes the 3 of Potter. Yellow flag will fly for the 3 of Dylan Potter. Just like that, we're underway once again with the heat race number 3 for the Northern IMCA Sport Mods. Brock Crawford once again, very smooth over there in turns number 1 and 2. Good battle for 3rd between Piker and West. Out front, it is still the 17B of Tyler Blankenship. Brock Crawford in the number 2 spot. Piker and West up there on the high side. We got Brandon Jennings all the way up on the fence over there in turns 1 and 2. Running out of real estate for the 28J of Brandon Jennings. Keeps it going, no harm, no foul. Here comes the 28P now, the Piker. Bobble from your leader, Blankenship. Cushion is getting very thin up there in turns 1 and 2. So Blankenship still out front. Here comes Brock Crawford, though, all over his backside as he go down the front straightaway. Here comes the 28P of John Piker. White flag will fly this time coming off of turn number 2, or turn number 4. Blankenship still out front. Brock Crawford in the number 2 spot, side by side for second. Now give it to Piker as they go into 1 and 2. 4 more corners to decide. This one out front is Blankenship. That gets good run off of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, he goes into 3 and 4. Who's going to pick up second? Piker up high. Crawford down low. Coming off of turn number 4, give it to the 17B of Tyler Blankenship. Second's going to go to John Piker. Brock Crawford in the number 3 spot. West is going to be 4th. Then you pick up Brandon Jennings 5th. And rounding out the field, the 72R of Ryan DeForest. Green flag is in the air. IMCA Stock Cars, Heat 2 of 2. Door to door for the lead, coming off of turn number 2. Give it to Justin Schweitzer by a nose, down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Great run from Justin Schweitzer up the hill. He'll chase it, coming off of turn number 4. Little bit of contact right there between the 74 and the 4. No harm, no foul. Up on the high side, here comes the 26S of Steven Johnson. Nicholas Johnson just tiptoeing around the bottom, taking a peek underneath the 74 of Wayne Dotson. Can't quite get underneath the 74, so he'll take a peek to the outside now. Nicholas Johnson searching, trying to find a way. Steven Johnson now, he's in the backside of the Wayne Dotson. Wayne Dotson goes up high now into turns 3 and 4. Justin Schweitzer just a bit off the center of the racing surface. Searching for traction. All 9 of your IMCA stock cars together down the back straightaway. Wayne Dotson able to hold on to the 74 machine. All kinds of sideways down the back straightaway. We got all kinds of contact now. Around goes the 26 of Steven Johnson, but he's able to keep the candle lit. We stay green. Side by side, 3 wide once again down the back straightaway. Kyle Hickman taking a peek underneath Ethan Dotson. Ethan Dotson down on the bottom side. Cody Johnson up on the high side in the 11 machine. They're side by side down the back straightaway. Caution flag will fly. We got one around over there in turns 3 and 4. That's the 26S of Steven Johnson for the second time. Green flag is in the air. Here comes Nicholas Johnson now taking a peek to the inside. Schweitzer leaves the door open. He's able to carry the RPMs, carries that momentum down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. 3 wide once again for 4th as they're coming off of turn number 3 and 4 once again. Wayne Dotson on the high side, Ethan Dotson down on the bottom, and that's Cody Johnson through the middle. Side by side for the lead down the back straightaway. Nicholas Johnson down on the bottom side. Justin Schweitzer through the middle once again. White flag will fly this time coming off of turn number 4. Now here comes Wayne Dotson. Wayne Dotson all the way up, ripping the lip in turns 1 and 2. They're 4 wide now coming off of turns 1 and 2. Dotson up into the fence just a bit, but out front is Justin Schweitzer. Holding nothing back is Wayne Dotson. He'll bring Cody Johnson with him. Down to the stripe, give it to the 4 of Justin Schweitzer. Schweitzer's going to lead the 174 of Ethan Dotson, and Wayne Dotson comes home 3rd. So that was a very exciting race for heat race number 2. That's any indication of the main event. We're going to have a good one on our hands. So give it up for the 4, Justin Schweitzer.